Elizabeth is saying that when you spoke to her earlier and texted her and talked about me, you said that I body shamed you?
I read my text messages.
I read our text messages? I didn't tell you anything about our conversation.
Well,
I don't know why he spoke up and said, I read the text messages. Nobody asked you. Like, literally, Alex is like, yo, so Libby told me this. And then Andre says, I read it. What? You know, that's when, like, he ruined the whole situation there. That's when the conversation went completely south. But anyway, let's get into this one. Because what Loren says, talk about a hypocrite.
what you're talking.
I really confide in Elizabeth about a lot of things, and you're reading them. Like, do that. I don't think Andre understands the repercussions of this because he.
Let's talk about that. Hypocrite here. Repercussions. Repercussions. Andre does not understand the repercussions. Okay.
He doesn't know what goes on behind closed doors or problems, and like to bring up being body shamed out of nowhere. This could ruin a marriage.
So Andre does not understand the repercussions of bringing this up because it could ruin their marriage. Hold on a minute. Let's flash back to the first few episodes. What happened then? Huh? You was out here literally speaking the most. Your husband literally snitched about the 75K. Before that, you was literally trying to tell Libby that she shouldn't listen to Andre and that, you know, she should stay in America and not move to Moldova. Like she was saying so many things that could easily break up a marriage because you was creating tension between a husband and a wife based on their decision whether they want to move or not. Okay, and then on top of that, you made a whole argument with your friend's husband at the same time. Nah, listen, talk about a hypocrite. So you don't like it when you receive it back? Nah, that's just nasty work. Absolutely nasty work. Loren is a piece of work. Talking about. But either way, the Andre should have been quiet. If he had been quiet, maybe this conversation between Libby, Alex, and Loren could have gone down a little bit more sensible. Maybe. But anyway, let's get into it.
When I was going through my image issues, because I have body dysmorphia and I've been very open about it, I felt like the way Alex motivated me to work out and make me feel good, I didn't take it that way. I felt like he was body shaming me, but he wasn't.
Sounds like somebody's backtracking. It sounds like somebody is backtracking. You can't say in a conversation that this man was body shaming you and now all of a sudden there's been brought to light, oh, you know what, I was mistaken. He wasn't body shaming me. Make your mind up.
To the dinner with Loren and Alex. And Alex told us that your husband lost the $75,000.
So bear this in mind. This whole situation happened at Yara's launch party for her bags with the dogs and whatever it is, yeah? And Yara said, you know what? Because they've ruined my partner, I'm now just going to be petty. And I'm just going to tell Libby about the 75K, even though obviously Libby knows about it, but they don't know that Libby knows about it. You see what I'm saying? So obviously this creates a rift between Libby and Andre, which we are going to watch in a second. But here's the thing though, with Loren and Alex, they decided to walk out. The moment that the conversation wasn't going in their favor, Alex said, okay, we're going to go. Because obviously Andre started piping up, and he started piping up about the fact that they were calling him a horrible person or whatever the hell they were saying about him, obviously in those first episodes. And he's saying that you guys are saying that I'm horrible to my wife. Well, what about you? You're body shaming your wife. So clearly you're the one that's horrible to your wife and not me. So, of course, at that moment in time, Loren and Alex don't have a leg to stand on. So Alex is like, we're going to go. Let's evacuate the situation, okay? So that's how that situation pretty much ended in the end. Now, to be fair, it was definitely a smart move by Alex in that situation, do you know what I mean? But again, Andre, if he just learned how to shut up, then, boy, things wouldn't escalate so much. Because at the end of the day, you know, the conversation then became about how Andre said that Alex had been body shaming Loren when that wasn't what actually happened. The conversation stemmed between Alex and Libby, and Libby's the one that told him that. Do you see what I'm saying? But hey, Andre decided to get himself involved in. That's the whole calamity. But nonetheless, though, Yara's out here just being petty as hell. She's like, you know what, Libby, I'm gonna snitch out on your man. But of course, we know that Libby already knows about it. But Libby now gets upset about it. Why? Well, because she finds out that she was the last person to actually find out about this 75K and everybody else knew before her, which of course is embarrassing in her eyes, which I do understand. So let's get into the argument between Libby and Andre.
You just need to learn This is not professional. Nobody fights in a launch party. If people have something to discuss, they go outside. Husband held it to
Fun fact, you're already outside.
Alex and to Jovi.
Yara, I'm sorry. I need to leave. I'm sorry.
Hey, what are you doing?
And now, like, this is thrown on me again. In front of our friends.
You're overreacting to these things.
You
It's
better
not-
off with this overreacting.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt her passion in that one there. You better F off with this overreacting. And to be fair, she's telling no lies. He can't keep telling her to stop overreacting when in reality, he's the problem. Like, she wouldn't have to overreact if you just knew how to behave yourself, but you don't.
Honestly, totally warranted. If you walked into a gathering with friends and learned
My
information
friends are
about
not
your
like your
life,
friends.
you would overreact.
My friends are
not.
You would overreact. And to be fair, she makes a strong point. Obviously, for him, he's responsible. My friends wouldn't do this. Not the point, Andre. Not the point.
Talking anymore.
Okay,
Don't touch me, please, please,
relax.
please, please.
Relax.
Along with it. Now I'm starting to wonder, maybe I'm the one who made the bad investment with our relationship.
Powerful words. Maybe I'm the one that made the bad investment about our relationship, but we all know that means nothing. We all know that these two are never going to break up, you know what I mean? We've seen the ups and downs that they go through, and they're still here and they're still going, so, you know, yeah. I would take that comment, but I would take that comment with a pinch of freaking salt. But nonetheless, though, the matter of the fact is, and this is where the question is for you lovely folks here, regarding Loren and Alex, do you believe that Loren was backtracking when she changed her statement? Once, obviously, you know, Alex asked her, and she said, well, I just thought this is what you was doing because the way you're trying to motivate me, but in reality, oh, I realized that you're not. Do you think she's backtracking to cover her tracks? Or do you think that really and truly he did actually body shame her? In my opinion, personally, well, we will talk about my opinion later on in our live stream, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but let me know your opinion right here, right now in the comment section, my lovely peoples. But also on top of that there, do you also believe that Loren's actually been a hypocrite by sitting there and complaining about how Andre, even though it was actually Libby, obviously, you know, ended up talking about this whole situation being something that could end a relationship? Do you think she's been a hypocrite given the fact that she gave exactly the same treatment towards Andre in this few episodes beforehand? Let me know your thoughts on that one too. In my opinion, 1000%, I do agree that she's being a freaking hypocrite, but you let me know your thoughts. And also on top of it, obviously with the whole Andre and Libby situation, it's a very simple one, to be honest with you. Do you believe that she had every right to shut him down when he said to her that she's overreacting and he tried to get her to calm down? Do you think she was warranted to tell him to shut the F up? Or do you think that she took it too far with that one? Let me know your thoughts, folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And also, if you as Yara in this situation, it's your launch party, and then you people who you see as your friends decide to have a big argument there, would you be upset to the point where you decide to be petty enough to just be like, you know what, now I'm just gonna stir the pot even more? Would you bring yourself to the level of now getting yourself involved to stir the pot out of pettiness because you're that pissed? Or would you be like, you know what, I'm just not gonna get involved? You know, what would be your thoughts? For me personally, I wouldn't see the argument or the fight as something that actually ruined the launch party. I would have seen it as something that was a good piece of entertainment for the people that were there. Let's be real. Everybody likes a little bit of drama. Everybody likes to see a little bit of a tiff-taff and a little bit of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. It means that when people leave the launch party, they can be talking more about the drama than they are about your product, which I guess could be a problem. But let's just say the party was boring. Maybe that's what helped spice it up. But I do understand it is completely unprofessional, and also it does depend on your customers. Obviously, if you got customers of a high end, of course they're not there for the drama. They're there for, you know, obviously for the product. So I do understand Yara's point there. Do you know what I'm saying? But either way, though, let me know your thoughts. So many things to uncover in this video, stuff in particular, you know what I mean? But I've given you all three of them. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.